Hello, welcome to the last of the year onboarding session that we have for new brokers, and or if you don't want to call it the new broker, because some of you guys that are signed up for it aren't. It's just a little refresher with working with Tuscanos, which is really nice to be able to engage with our underwriters and also information technology, Melissa Tressler. So without further ado, I want to turn it over to Melissa Tressler. She's going to navigate through our website.
Hi, I'm so glad you're able to join us today. Today you're going to meet various underwriters from the teams, so you get to know them as well as get to know what kind of products that they can write for you. The website has many different areas for just about everyone in your office, whether you're a producer going out and needing to see product pages, which we'll cover more while the underwriters are talking, or you have access to your policies online where you can issue certificates, pull up invoices. You have something for the accounting department. You can actually go into the website. Let me log in here real quick for you. You have the ability to make payments online. You have the ability to have an administrator go into the admin and add people, delete people, control all information for your agency and communication. So once a month, I have a webinar just designated to show you all the tools that you have available online. If you'd like to sign up for that, you can always find any of our webinars in the events area on our website that you can sign up for. So I don't want to take time away from the underwriters. I want to give them as much time as possible. And I'm going to introduce you now to Deb Stoner. Deb Stoner has been with the agency for many years, and she's seen a lot of unique classes of business come across her desk. So I'm going to turn it over to Deb Stoner.
Thank you, Melissa. And good morning, everyone. It's great to be with you this morning. As Melissa mentioned, I'm Deb Stoner, and I am a member of the casualty and professional team here at Tuscano's. As Melissa alluded, I have been here for a while. It's my 37th year here at Tuscano's, and I have seen many changes over the year. Some of you may recall when we first got fax machines, and I think that was just the start of wanting and getting quotes quicker. Our commitment to getting you the quotes as quickly as possible is something that's very important to us. We do have service standards, and as part of our commitment to you of good service. Now, I started out with the agency as a newlywed, and our founder, Bill Tuscano, who we lovingly refer to as Mr. T, promised that we were going to work hard, but we would play hard too, and we try our best. I'm fortunate to have spent my career with an employer that has family values that align with my own. And I'm also proud to be part of that service commitment that I mentioned, as well as our mission to be an expert and to make every action count. Now, our team would like to offer you our expertise on whatever crosses your desk. We love the challenge of something different due to class, history, or other risk characteristics. So here's a little bit about some of the products that our team specializes in. Environmental and pollution. We write these coverages, and we can write all types, anywhere from your consultants and contractors who have an environmental exposure, such as a restoration contractor, an asbestos abatement contractor, a wastewater treatment plant operator, and many others. Our markets can also offer a combination GL, pollution, and professional if the risk has that exposure. We can also write non-environmental contractors who may be required to carry this coverage by their contract, or just who want this important protection. Professional is another one of our areas of expertise. We can write all classes of business. I love this particular area of coverages because it's always something different. We see tons of consultants of all types. We see computer consultants, HR consultants, We see a lot of architects and engineers. We see insurance agents and lawyers. We have many markets for this class, and that enables us to offer the most competitive rates and coverages available. Just 1 minute. So, along with professional on the classes I mentioned, we've also been seeing a lot of allied health classes. So this consists of your home health care, your assisted living facilities, addiction counseling. We also see Medi-Spa services, which include your invasive procedures. You'll hear more from Jamie in a little bit about beauty salons, and we have great programs for that. But what our team handles, again, is the invasive procedures like microblading of the eyebrows, Botox, and on those classes, we can offer GL and professional or professional alone. So if you give our team a call, we can discuss further with you. We can provide some insight on minimum premiums. We can help you determine what the proper application is. And we also can start with any other company's applications that you may have. I know Melissa is going through some of our product pages. You do have access to several online raters. Some of the raters for our team are ones such as nonprofit D&O, real estate E&O, employment practices, and cyber liability. So if you go onto the website, pull up the online raters, if you enter a little bit of information, you're able to get a really nice, professional, comprehensive quote to present to your customer. Workman's comp. It's a market that is constantly expanding. We can provide quotes on many workman's comp risks that your standard markets may not write. Anywhere from new ventures, which I get a lot of calls. Can we consider new ventures? Absolutely. On most classes, we can. There are a few contracting classes. If your insured is going to heights, like a carpentry class, those we can't do new venture, but many others we can. Also, if you have workman's comp that's currently with the state fund, please run that by us, and we will see if we can help you get that into a regular workman's comp market. General liability. Our small business unit does a great job on many types of contractors and classes. You'll learn about that more in a bit. Our team does some of the tougher classes, such as a machinery installation, service and repair, security guards, rental of all types of contractors' equipment, etc. And we also write those that have a higher percentage of subcontracted work. We specialize in general or paper contractors, and we have several markets that write that class of business for us. Our markets also are able to provide all those extra coverages that are required in the contracts nowadays, from the blanket AI, the waiver of subrogation, so we can definitely help in those areas. Products liability, we can write GL, including products for all types of manufacturers, from pharmaceutical manufacturers, medical products manufacturers, all the way down to some of the really cool ones where people are developing barbecue sauce or candies or things in their homes. So please keep us in mind for that. It really makes my day when somebody says, I have a strange risk and I thought of you, or you're not going to believe this one, because I really think it's interesting. I love that about our industry, that it's never boring. And there's always something new that comes up. And just when you think you've heard it all, somebody calls and they have a goat yoga or an axe throwing. And I think our markets also help us keep up with trends. A lot of the things in the news dictate what people seek coverage for. Monoline abuse molestation coverage, cyber coverage, and one of the newest one, active shooter coverage. So if you think you have something strange, I'd appreciate it if you could keep our team in mind. And if you could give myself, Dina Pappas, Cindy Jones, Sandy Ossent, or Karen a call and we can discuss the next risk that you don't know what to do with, because we love the challenge. So thank you again for attending today, and I would like to pass this off to Jamie Wilcox, who will tell you more about what the small business unit can do for you. Thanks again.
Hi, I'm Jamie Wilcox, one of the underwriters in the small business unit here at the Tuscano agency. The other two underwriters in my department are Nicole Beaver and Jeanette Harabik, and our assistant is April Hill. We work on your small contractors, 1 or 2 man roofers, plumbers, electricians, painters, and remodelers. We have a couple nice programs for remodelers and within our department. We will also write your vacants, $500,000 in building limits and lower. Both the contractors and the vacants have raters on our website that you can log in and obtain bindable quotes. If there's anything that triggers it to need to be submitted, it comes into one of the underwriters. We take a look at it. We'll either release it or send it back to you, or come back to you with questions if need be. The contractor rater is for Pennsylvania only, but the vacant rater is now multi-state. SBU will also write your special events. 5Ks, weddings, graduation parties, bridal showers, gun bashes are just a few examples of the types of events that we can write. Along with these events, we can also offer accident policies that would cover the participants as well here within our department. Our bread and butter, though, are the daycares and beauty salons. We can write in-home and commercial daycares and beauty salons with tanning on a BOP form, granted that they do fit the program. The daycares start around $500 on the BOP, and the beauty salons start around $350. The BOPs include professional coverage as well. Another big hitter here in our department are tattoo shops. We can offer GL, professional, and abuse and molestation starting at a minimum premium of $600 in the non-admitted market. Just give us a chance, give us a call. We like to talk and figure out what we can do for you for any of your small business needs. At this point in time, I'm going to transfer you over to Marcia Novak to talk about the property package and liquor team.
Hi, Jamie. Thanks for the introduction. And I'm Marcia Novak, and I'm one of the underwriters on the package property team. Melissa has a list of all the underwriters up there on the screen. And one thing I want to show you is when I'm on our website, you can clearly see if we are in or out. I love that feature because if there's one thing that I don't like is if you're trying to reach a company or and you don't know if they're in or not, their voicemail is not clear, you can go on our website and see if we're in or out. But we do change our voicemail daily as well. Some of the classes our team has been successful in over the last several months are lesser's risk, mixed occupancies. We do see a lot of these, and in some cases we have admitted markets, in addition to our non-admitted markets that are willing to quote these. Dwelling schedules and apartment schedules are another thing we're seeing a lot of and writing a lot of. Some of those also can be with admitted markets on BOPs and possibly direct bill options, which I know the agents seem to like. In the non-admitted habitational markets, we can do boarding houses, shelters, student housing, not so much fraternities or sororities. They're a bit tougher, but your average individual-owned student housing, we write all day long. Another thing that I'm surprised we're seeing a lot of, and I've talked to my other underwriter team members, is the builder's risks seem to be really hot over the last 6 months. There seems to be a bump in the economy that a lot of people are building, new structures, including renovations. And we do have a rater. It's a USLI web rater for the builder's risk. I do want to point out that that is ground up only, not a renovation project, but we can do both. So if you try to put in a builder's risk quote, it will get referred to me if it is not ground up, but I do have various competitive markets for those, including ones that have recently undergone a loss like a fire. I know the admitted markets will cancel after the building has caught on fire, but we do have markets that will quote those while they're being renovated from a loss such as a fire or water damage. So definitely keep us in mind because we are doing a lot of those. Another line of business that we have been seeing a lot of recently is your liquor liability for new classes like your craft brewers, distilleries. I'm amazed at how many people are out there making liquor and making beer. And so USLI has just come out with allowing an off-premise endorsement for these craft brewers that are going to exhibits and exhibitions to market their product, and they're rating them as a freelance bartender or caterer class by per event. So they're really a hot commodity out there now. I know my son actually is starting his own little craft brewing out of his home. And he's taken me to a couple of these microbreweries as of late in the Pittsburgh area. One is in Pittsburgh. They have a new beer for the holiday season called Don't Shoot Your Eye Out. It's very interesting what you see some of these beers, these IPAs. I'm learning a lot about beer, and I'm not a beer drinker, but so definitely we can do the GL also in addition to the liquor for the distilleries and the breweries. Another item that we have admitted and non-admitted markets for are large contractors' equipment schedules, including rented and leased equipment. This seems to be a big thing because with some of your larger contractors, they rent a lot of their machines because it's cheaper for them than purchasing the machines. So I have companies, admitted companies, that can go to more than $1 million in rented leased equipment with a scheduled contractor's equipment list as well, and very competitive rates. So these are just some of the things we can do. I do want to point out that even though we are an E&S market for the most part, for certain classes, we do have admitted markets, which would include some of the lesser's risks, the dwelling schedules, apartments, and the contractor's equipment. So anytime you have a question, don't hesitate to pick up the phone and give any of us a call or shoot us a quick email. Oh, that's interesting. We did just start this new flood thing too, which is being spearheaded by Nicole in our team. She is in charge of that. And her information is there. I've been seeing she's been getting a lot of submissions and a lot of inquiries. So definitely keep us in mind for that too with Nicole. And if you have any questions, I think Jeremy will be wrapping it up at the end with any questions any of you may have. But that's about it for me. I'm going to pass it off to Nadine from our personal lines team. Thanks for joining the webinar today.
Thanks, Marsha. Hello, everybody. My name is Nadine Rosenstiel. I'm the manager of the Personal Lines Department. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. One thing, when Personal Lines, which is kind of exciting, we started this year, is we are 100% direct bill. So we know how important that is to our retail agents. We listened to you for many years on that's what you love is direct bill. And we made it happen. So we are 100% direct bill. It may be by the carrier or it may be by us, but we will tell you that in the quote letter and how the billing process works. So give us a try. If you're looking for a direct bill market, if you'd rather have that over agency bill, or 100% direct bill in the personal lines department. I don't know what part of the country you guys are. Unfortunately, I don't have the states tab up, but we got snow here recently, so that means snowmobiles, and that is something that we write. We have written with a very long time. We write those with American Modern. We're only in PA and New York so far, but we do have a rater online that you can quote yourself if you'd like, or you can call us for a quote. It's very easy. The online rater you can also bind, so which is nice if a client comes in on a Saturday. Snowmobile is one of those types of business that people come in on the way to the ski resort, on the way to snowmobiling. So we understand that sometimes, we're not available, whether that's on at lunchtime or on the weekend. So that's why we developed this rater. But again, if that's not your thing, please pick up the phone, give us a call. We also have a quote sheet online that's very, very easy. So it's PA and New York. Another big product for us is the homeowners and dwelling fires. Many times people think surplus lines, you go to a broker or wholesaler and you're thinking surplus lines and you're thinking ugly risk and risk that have many claims, which we can do. We can do, that's what we were built on. But we do have very many competitive admitted markets. We're able to write that home. If you don't want to, if someone's coming off the street and you don't want to jeopardize your in-house carrier, send it to us. We have a company by the name of Philadelphia Contribution Ship. They're extremely competitive. They offer great coverages such as service line, inland flood. We have Windsor Montjoy, a great little mutual company. We also have Windsor Montjoy for farm owners. So please don't just think of us as that unusual market for a home, but we can write that regular risk that maybe it's a new couple that you're just not sure of yet. You don't have their auto and you just don't want to jeopardize your in-house market with them. Send us or a lot of people are shopping their homeowners, which is kind of surprising to me because I don't have handrails on my home and I don't want a new inspection. But people do that all the time. They shop, they want better pricing. Premiums are going up, so please give us a chance on those. We also, in addition to our regular homeowners, we do seasonal homeowners. We can do log homes. We can do your Airbnbs, your home away, things like that. We can do coastal exposures, 9s and 10s protection classes. We made it very simple for you. We have a homeowners dwelling fire submit on our website. I do not like to handwrite anything, so I can understand the pain of filling out an application. My handwriting is horrible. I have an 11 and 12-year-old. They actually write their own notes because the teacher can't read my handwriting because they think that it's the kids writing their notes. So my kids actually write their own notes. That's how bad my handwriting is. So we have this homeowners dwelling fire submit. You just enter in the information that we need for quoting, and things like the mailing address, city location, the limits, and we will go to all of our markets, and then we will send you a pre-filled application with the quote, so which is nice. So that takes some of the pain out of filling out an application. I couldn't imagine doing that all day long. You guys are busy. You don't need to waste time on applications. Another product that is really passionate with me is the personal umbrella product. I feel this is a coverage that every single person, especially if you have kids at home, should have. When I first started, I always thought a personal umbrella was something that rich people had because they got money, they got things to lose. Well, we all work very hard for our money, and the way the world is now, there's a lot of people suing for really not so smart things, and we need to protect ourselves. Again, I have young kids. I try to watch them on social media as much as I can, but adults make stupid mistakes, writing things on social media. That's a big one right now. People suing for comments that are on social media, bullying, things like that. Cyberbullying is huge. You do not have to control the business for the personal umbrella. So if you don't have the home or the auto, we can still write their personal umbrella. Premiums are as cheap as $125 for $1 million worth of coverage. that is complete peace of mind for me. Like, I am more passionate about, and I don't feel guilty about selling that product, more than any other product in the world, because I know my husband's a volunteer fireman, and there was a situation that he went to a fire, and it was a row home, and he knocked down the wrong door of somebody's home. Now, I know there's a Good Samaritan law here in PA, but we still have to defend ourselves against him. So we don't have the money for a lawyer. I don't have a lawyer. So thankful that we have this personal umbrella that we can protect and defend us. So we have an online personal umbrella rater. You enter in the information one time, and it will provide a quote for 3 of our carriers. It's in multiple states, all the states that we write in. If for some reason that there's information that we need, it does submit us to us. So it might not get you a quote instantly. You'd have a quote within 24 hours. Situations like accidents, like if the person has accidents, we might need some details on that accident. Young drivers, inexperienced drivers, we can write those, but we just might need a little bit more information than the rater provides. But 90% of the time, you're going to get a quote. So again, personal umbrella, great product to have. So in addition to those, we still write the normal stuff. Mobile homes, all day long. We write, have 2 good markets for that. Motorcycles, ATVs. One thing with the mobile home is it doesn't matter the age. We can do as old, 40, 50 years old. A lot of more senior communities popping up now. People want to go to, downsize, go to 1 level. We can do those. We could do tiny homes, things like that. So please, if you have a question, something unusual, I had not a TP, but a yurt. We had a yurt the other day. So that was a good one that we wrote. So please give us a call. My email is very easy. It's nadine@tuscano.com, NADINE@tuscano.com. But we also have the handouts available that show all of the underwriters. So thank you so much. You have a great holiday. Give me a call. And thank you again for joining us. And I am passing it off to Matt. And please, Matt in the auto department in the background, please don't be offended. He has a lot of Pitt football gear up. So I'm not a big Pitt fan. So please don't be offended by his Pitt stuff. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Nadine. Nadine said, I'm Matt Barbera. I'm an underwriter in the commercial auto team, along with Janice Lautner, Kelly Steffi, and Chris Fetter, as well as Connor Patterson. Janice and Kelly, they handle our fleets. The rest of us handle the 1 to 4 unit non-fleet accounts. Personally, I've been with Tuscano for 13 years, and I've been here in the commercial auto department for 2 years. So here at Tuscano Agency, we write primarily non-standard market items. These are the risks that your standard marketplace like State Farm, Erie, and motorists won't write. We're strong in local and intermediate radius, and we have several competitive markets for long haul as well. We can do risks with just about any number of units, essentially. So our appetite is broader than most. There are very few commercial auto risks that we won't take a look at. We can help on business auto risks like contractors, Ubers, food trucks, medical transport, non-emergency ambulances, or we can do the larger fleet, the truck tractor fleets, dump trucks, coal trucks, Amazon delivery, big now with the holidays coming up. The only business class that's really difficult for us to do is the hired non-owned auto exposure on a monoline basis, like a hired non-owned auto for food delivery, things like that. We don't have much of an option for. But regarding our territory, we've developed our base over the years here in Pennsylvania, so we have a lot of options here and in Maryland, including National Casualty and our exclusive contract with Eastern Atlantic. But in recent years, we've expanded to just about every state and the region and along the Atlantic coast and into the Midwest. Our markets for auto liability are Eastern Atlantic, National Casualty, NICO, which is National Indemnity, Canal, Nationwide E&S, and Carolina Casualty. We're Eastern Atlantic's exclusive representative in Pennsylvania and Maryland. They're an extremely competitive trucking market, specifically on the local and intermediate risks up to 600 miles. They're looking for experienced, cleaner risks, and when they throw their hat into the ring, we have a really high success rate with them. National Casualty is another competitive market that we work with in Pennsylvania and Maryland. They're strong with the local and intermediate risks as well. They're looking for experienced risks, but they've recently upgraded our authority to include some long haul risks with experience as well, and we're excited about that, and we're having some success with them early. We work with NICO, it's National Indemnity, it's a Berkshire company. We work with them on non-fleet risks in Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New York, Maryland, New Jersey, and recently Ohio. So for fleet, we can access them in any state that we're licensed in. NICO, they'll look at just about any type of risks. They write a lot of premium. We write a ton of premium with them. Most of our competitors have access to them as well. The advantage of coming to us for access to NICO is the relationship that we've developed with their underwriters over the years. The fact that you're going to get an accurately underwritten quote before you present it to your customer. With NICO, sometimes things can get put on the book, and if they weren't accurately underwritten, you're going to have to go back to your customer and ask them for additional money after you already have the sale. We want to avoid that for you at all costs. Canal is a market that we picked up about a year and a half ago. They specialize in long haul risks with 1 to 2 consecutive years of coverage in place. We have access to them in all states except for New York, New Jersey, and a few states in the deep south like Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia. They've also recently opened us up to certain long haul new ventures. Now we have access to nationwide E&S. That's for risks with 5 or more units. There's a minimum premium there at $50,000. They're interested in risks that are trying to rehab either their loss history or their safety scores. We also have access to Carolina Casualty for fleets with 11 or more units. We have a special program with Rock Hill Insurance for fuel distribution risks. Now this isn't available to us in Pennsylvania, but just about any other non-coastal state that we're licensed in. Kelly Steffi is going to be your contact for this program. We can help you with monoline physical damage, with cargo, livestock cargo, workers' comp, excess, truckers GL. We work with a couple of different Lloyd's markets. We work with Great American, Hartford, Evanston, Seneca, Penn America, multiple brokerage markets. So those are just the broad strokes of what we do here in auto. We have a very broad appetite, and we like to talk on the phone. So if you have anything on the commercial auto side, please give us a call. Now I'm going to hand the baton back off to Jeremy. Thank you.
All right, Matt. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. All the underwriters. So everyone, I wanted to point out a couple things. First, if you guys look at our home screen on Tuscano, you'll see in the bottom right of the home screen, okay, you'll see events. Okay, we like to promote a lot of the events. A lot of these things are different educational tools that'll help you guys out, help folks out in the office. We have a Tuscano 101, how to navigate our website, and we also offer different events as far as how to use our online raters, liquor liability, habitational risk. We have different webinars that we're going to be doing in 2019. So be sure to check out the events page on Tuscano's website. Another 2 things I want to point out are the handouts in the bottom right of the control panel. You can see the new broker webinar key contact sheet. Everyone that presented today is on there, along with the underwriting teams. As you can see, the underwriting teams, and it lists everything below what they write and what they specialize in. Again, we talked with Debbie Stone. She's been here 37 years. I believe our average underwriter has at least 15 years experience here. So you're talking to the expert. We want to be able to engage you. So pick up the phone, talk with us through any risk that you may have. prior to submitting it, because sometimes you don't want to have to fill out. Nadine brought it up. Filling out the applications can be a drag. So we'd like to pre-qualify mostly all of our risk if we could. That'd be great. Other than that, we're here. If you guys have any questions, you can see in the control panel as well. There's a question screen. If not, you can, and you don't want to ask any questions right now, feel free to give an underwriter a call today. We'll walk through anything, navigating through the website, how to get different applications, how to use the online writers, anything. We're here for you. We're here to help. So with that being said, I'll like to thank everyone again. If there's any questions, we'll answer them. All right, we're going to end. Thank you very much.